So how does the policy file get loaded? When the JVM starts up, a policy singleton is created. And the location of the class for the singleton is defined here in jre/lib/security/java.security. So another text file, similar to java.policy. In here, there's a policy.provider entry, and that defaults to sun-security-provider.policy file. So this is the policy file-based policy, and this is the text-based file that we've seen. This class, if it's specified this way, must be present either on the boot class path or in the extensions directory, such that the Java virtual machine can load it. You can, however, change this later. So you can call policy.setPolicy. Now, of course, you'll need permission to do this. And as we've seen, the default implementation is a text file configuration. So we've already seen the default policy file, but here we're going to put a little more meat on the bones of the syntax of the policy file. So we use this grant syntax, and it looks something like this. We say grant and specify a code base or maybe a sign by. And that code base could be a file location or it could be a network location. And notice here we have some extra syntax. We have a dash and we have an asterisk here. So the specific format is this. We can say grant and then sign by with a list of signer names, or code base, and code base then is a URL. If we have sign code, the signer names is an alias into the Java key store, and we'll see more on how that works a little later in this module. The URL is obviously a location, and it could be a file location or a network location. The way the URL works is this. If the URL ends in a /, that matches all the classes in the specified directory. If it ends in a star, an asterisk, it matches all the files in that directory, so .class files and .jar files. And if it ends with a hyphen, it matches all files in that directory recursively, so it'll recurse down through any subdirectories that we have. If the URL is for the file system, then it must start with file://. And notice that because this is a URL, then it must be at // Even on Windows machines, it's not a /, it's a / inside the URL. The policy file also comes with a property expansion mechanism. So we can use any system properties that Java recognizes inside the policy file. And it's of this form. So we can say $ and then property.name. So we can say user.home or java.home or version information or anything else we need inside the policy file. The Java security file has an expand properties property. And if that must be set to true, which is the default value, to allow the property file to expand its properties. There's also a special property, which is $/ that expands to the file separator on whatever system we're running on. So for Windows, it would be the /, and for Unix-based systems, it would be the /. That allows us to write somewhat platform-agnostic policy files. So as an example, so here we have a permission, which is a Java IO file permission, and we're saying $user.home $/. And this expands on Unix to /home/Kathy, let's say, assuming the user's called Kathy, or on Windows to wherever the user's location is. So in this case, :/users /Kathy. And again, notice at the end of both of these, user home expands to /home/Kathy, and then $/ either expands to / or /, depending on whether it's a Unix-based system or a Windows-based system. So let's take a look at how we can edit the policy file and how that affects our code.